kind of a love-hate relationship with white chocolate. How about you?
Well, I'm not quite a hater, but I'm not a fan. Tastes like it's missing something to me.
Yeah, I used to work with a lot in pastry kitchens. Wasn't so crazy about it. Now I kind of like it. So Jack is here and he's going to tell us why we should include white chocolate chips in our kitchen at home.
Yeah, as long as you're including the right brand.
Choose wisely.
Choose wisely, dig in. These are all white chips. Some of them are white chocolate. Some of them are just baking morsels. Legally, to be called white chocolate, whether it's chips or in bar form, it must contain 20% cacao. There are two parts of chocolate. There's the cocoa solids that gives it its color and its flavor, and the cocoa butter that gives it its creaminess. White chocolate just gets the cocoa butter. Now, for brands that are not white chocolate, they're replacing the cocoa butter, which is expensive, with palm kernel oil. The palm kernel oil allows you to make candy without tempering, because that's one of the things I like to do. And let me show you what the difference is. This is bark made with white chocolate, and let's see if it snaps. Now, it was really more of a bend. I didn't hear anything. So this is actually made with the baking chips.
Get a little snappy there.
Yeah, it actually took some effort to pull it apart. And so we found when we actually used the white chocolates, they didn't set up properly. They were too soft for the candies. And so that was a big difference. Other thing is that they have to be creamy. Now, if they're grainy, yeah, something that's grainy, Julia, really what you're getting here is the flavors coming from the vanilla. You're getting flavor from the sugar, and some of these I think are a little too sweet. You may get caramelly butterscotch notes. I thought there was one brand that's kind of citrusy. So anything that you're liking or not liking in these samples? What about you, Julia? Anything that's striking you or fancy?
I'm enjoying this way more than I thought I would. The caramel notes, the butterscotchy notes, I'm liking that. This first one, nope. All sorts of no. It's grainy, it's overly sweet. I don't know what that flavor is, all sorts of vanilla, and they're trying to make up for something. I like these two the best.
Okay.
I'm going between 2 and 3 here.
Well, then you focus in on 2 and 3, and Bridget, you can tell me what you're tasting and liking.
I'm supposed to choose? I thought I was just invited here to eat chocolate. I keep going back to this one because it's just so wrong.
But there's something about it, there's a flavor in there that's really good. I don't like the powderiness on the outside.
Right.
The texture's really pretty chewy.
This one, I have to say, tastes like a white chocolate bar. I'm just going to say it right out loud. This is chocolate.
All right, all right.
I would not throw any of these out of bed.
They're going to melt if you bring them to bed.
Right. This one I think is my favorite. Getting a little bit of a toffee thing going on there.
She's in camp 2. Where'd you land up? You were between 2 and 3.
I like the texture of 3 quite a bit. If you let it sit on your tongue, it melts really nicely. But the flavor of 2 is just stronger, more potent. And I think I would choose that if I were going to put it in a cookie.
So let's start with number 1,
Okay.
which neither of you liked, is the Nestle. And it was in the lower half of the rankings. Tasters didn't think it was bad, but there were better options on the table. Number 2 is the Ghirardelli, and this is the winner.
Good job.
Yeah.
It just has a really lovely flavor. This is a baking chip. It is not white chocolate,
Right.
but it's got that butterscotch. It's got, the milk solids here, so it's got that nice milky thing going on. It's a really nice chip. Number 3, the controversial one, is the white chocolate on the table. This is Calabo. This was at the bottom of the rankings because number 1, it doesn't do very well in the candy test. It wasn't as easy to work with, and it's kind of an outlier.
Right.
And sometimes when you throw something in, it's the only white chocolate here, and it's like, it feels like it's another species.
It does.
Because it, in fact, is made differently than everything else on the table.
Good reason.
Last but not least, this was in 3rd place. This is Guitard. Again, another baking chip rather than a white chocolate. It had some interesting notes to it, I thought, a little bit more complexity.
That is that citrus high note that you're talking about right there.
Yeah, so the good news is you're both winners. You both picked our winner, which is the Ghirardelli Classic White Baking Chip. So congratulations.
Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.